What's up, family? So it's that time of year again. December is here, the lights are going up, decorations are out, Mariah Carey's song has officially been thawed out, and right on schedule, here comes the Christmas is Pagan prophets from YouTube University. But this year, we're not going to wait on them. We're going on the offensive, and I've created an updated Christmas is Pagan hit list. We're going to be tackling 12 of the most popular and recycled Christmas conspiracy claims, and we're going to be debunking all 12 with actual sources, historical evidence, and receipts. And trust me, you're going to want to see these. So before we get into the trees, the gifts, and the symbols, let's start with the basics. Christmas is uniquely a Christian holiday. It is not a birthday celebration. It celebrates the incarnation, God taking on human flesh to redeem sinners. And Christmas and paganism aren't even in the same universe. Listen to the differences. Paganism was future focused, always hoping that the gods would give rain, crops, or victory. Christmas is past focused. We celebrate what God has already done in history. Paganism tried to meet physical needs like fertility and harvest, but Christmas is declaring that God already met our spiritual needs through sending us Christ. Pagans gave gifts to their gods, but at Christmas, God gave gifts that gave the gift of his son to us. Pagan gods lived in nature, sun gods, tree spirits, moon deities, while on Christmas, we celebrate the worship of the one true creator. In pagan festivals, they were seasonal. Christian celebrations are historical, and pagan religions never evangelized. Meanwhile, Christianity has been a missionary movement from day one. So no, when we actually consider and understand what paganism is, Christmas cannot be pagan. It doesn't even fit the definition of the category. Now, here's where it gets even more hilarious. If Christians or other people want to ban everything that has a pagan connection, then we got to talk about all the things that we use every single day that have far more pagan roots than Christmas ever did. For example, number one, Starbucks. Yes, that woman on the cup, that isn't a mermaid. She's a mythological siren who lured sailors to destruction. But Christians are in the drive-thru every morning getting that coffee and that caramel macchiato, right? Next one, Amazon. The word Amazon comes from a Greek warrior woman connected to Ares, the god of war. So if you're anti-pagan, then go ahead and return everything that you done already ordered on Cyber Monday. Number three, Nike. Nike is literally the Greek goddess of victory. The swoosh is her wing. So if Jeremiah 10 applies to Christmas trees, then brothers and sisters, please go ahead and burn your entire sneaker collection immediately. Then we got to talk about simple stuff like forks. That's right, forks. In ancient Greece, Poseidon had a trident. People used big forks for cooking, and forks were considered pagan luxuries. So if you really want to keep it biblical, eat your next meal with your hands like Samson after a victory. What about cereal? Yep, the word cereal comes from Ceres, the Roman goddess of grain. So technically, your Frosted Flakes are pagan. The next one, ladies, the Venus razor blades. Venus is the Roman version of Aphrodite. So if pagan origin means sinful, then ladies, the church is about to become a no razor zone real quick. And Chinese food, that red dragon on the box, well, Chinese mythology, the red dragon represents celestial imperial power. And Revelations 12 calls the dragon Satan. So if symbols alone make something evil, then your sesame chicken is in spiritual danger. What about NBC's peacock? Yep, that comes from Hera in Greek mythology, who turned a 100-eyed giant into a peacock. But you still gonna watch that Sunday night football with no conviction. And don't forget, last one, the Monster energy drinks. Some folks say that the logo spells 666, but yet and still Christians buy it when they need that energy to do ministry. Family, on top of all of that, the names and the days of the week are pagan. The months of the year are pagan. The planets all come from pagan gods. So if pagan background automatically equals sin, then you can't use your calendar, you can't use your shoes, your coffee, your cereal, your Amazon account, or your TV. The logic completely collapses under its own weight. God never told us to reject something based upon solely on its etymology or its artwork. But why do we celebrate Christmas? Because the birth of Jesus is a biblical event. The Bible literally shows us that the very first Christmas celebration wasn't pagan. In Luke chapter 2, the angels celebrated his birth. The shepherds celebrated his birth. Simeon celebrated. Anna celebrated. The wise men later celebrated. So if heaven, all of heaven and the angelic multitude rejoiced at the incarnation, then why wouldn't the church? Now, this is just a start. But if you want all of the evidence, the sources, the 275 slide PowerPoint, the quotes, the historical receipts, then join my upcoming class, Unwrapping the Truth, Debunking the Pagan Roots of Christmas. Every session is recorded and replays are included. And by the way, go and grab my book that I just wrote on this subject called Debunking the Pagan Roots of Christmas. It's going to give you a full apologetics breakdown with historical documentation, biblical analysis, and answers to every single major claim. So let's disciple believers with truth, not fear, not folklore, and definitely not conspiracy theories. Christmas is not pagan. It is the celebration of the greatest miracle in history, God becoming man in order to save sinners. God bless.